Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, being told to dress quickly, and led into a dark basement. You're told to wait with your family. Then, without warning, armed men burst through the door and open fire. This isn't a nightmare. This is exactly what happened to the Romanov family on July 17, 1918. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. For nearly 90 years, people believed that one girl survived that massacre. Her name was Anastasia, and her story became the 20th century's most haunting mystery. Did a 17-year-old Grand Duchess really escape death while her entire family perished? What you're about to discover will challenge everything you thought you knew about one of history's darkest nights. Before we unravel this mystery, you need to understand who the Romanovs were. Picture yourself as part of the most powerful family in Russia, rulers for over 300 years of an empire stretching from Europe to Asia. The Romanovs had 5 children, and Anastasia was the 4th. Born in 1901, she was known as the mischievous one, the spirited troublemaker who kept everyone laughing. Her older sisters were Olga, the serious thinker, Tatiana, the elegant favorite, and Maria, the kind-hearted beauty. Then came little Alexei, the heir who suffered from hemophilia. Can you imagine growing up in opulent palaces, surrounded by unimaginable wealth, never knowing that your entire world was about to crumble? Now here's where everything falls apart. Tsar Nicholas II was a terrible ruler. World War I brought Russia to its knees with military defeats, economic collapse, and mass starvation. The Tsarina's obsession with a mystic healer named Rasputin scandalized the nation. By 1917, revolution was inevitable. Think about this. One day, you're royalty living in a palace, and the next, you're a prisoner in your own home. That's exactly what happened when Nicholas was forced to abdicate in March 1917. The family was arrested, moved from place to place, each location more remote and harsh than the last. Would you have seen the danger coming? Could you have escaped before it was too late? By April 1918, the Bolsheviks had taken control, and they saw the Romanovs as dangerous symbols that had to be eliminated. The family was transferred to Yekaterinburg and imprisoned in a mansion ominously called the House of Special Purpose. Imagine being locked in a few rooms with your windows painted over so you can't see outside. Guards watching your every move, your freedom, your dignity, everything stripped away. Yet somehow, Anastasia kept her sense of humor. The family's letters reveal they supported each other, prayed together, and hoped for rescue. But what they didn't know was that their captors were already planning something unthinkable. Time was running out, and they had no idea. Put yourself in mid-July 1918. The Russian Civil War is raging, and the anti-Bolshevik White Army is advancing toward Yekaterinburg. There's a real chance they might liberate the Romanovs and restore the monarchy. The Bolshevik leadership makes a chilling decision: execute the entire family immediately. Just after midnight on July 17th, Yakov Yurovsky, the chief executioner, wakes the family. He tells them anti-Bolshevik forces are approaching, and they need to move to the basement for safety. Imagine being woken from sleep, confused, frightened, but still trusting that you're just being relocated. The family dresses quickly. Anastasia and her sisters are wearing special corsets. Why? Because sewn into the fabric are jewels and diamonds, their last remaining wealth, hidden against their bodies. They're led into a small basement room, barely 20 feet square. Nicholas is carrying his hemophiliac son, Alexei. The Tsarina and one daughter are given chairs because they can't stand long. Yurovsky tells them to arrange themselves for a photograph. Then he steps out. Can you feel the tension, the confusion? Moments later, he returns with 11 armed men. He reads a brief announcement, the execution order. Before the family can even react, the shooting begins. Chaos erupts. Bullets ricochet off those hidden jewels sewn into the girls' corsets, making them seem almost bulletproof. The room fills with smoke and screams. When the shooting stops, some are still alive. The executioners use bayonets and rifle butts to finish the job. It's one of history's most brutal murders. The bodies are taken to a forest and disposed of in a hastily dug grave. The Bolsheviks try to destroy the remains with acid and fire. For decades, the Soviet government denies the execution even happened, spreading disinformation and confusion. But here's where the mystery explodes. Within months, rumors begin spreading that Anastasia survived. Why? Because when the grave was eventually discovered, some remains were missing. People reported sightings of a young woman matching her description. Then, in 1920, a woman is pulled from a canal in Berlin after a suicide attempt. She has no identification and refuses to reveal her identity. Eventually, she claims to be Anastasia Romanov. She says she was rescued from the execution by a sympathetic guard. Her story captivates the world. Could it possibly be true? This woman, who became known as Anna Anderson, spent the rest of her life claiming to be Anastasia. Some Romanov relatives believed her. Others were convinced she was a fraud. The debate raged for decades, inspiring books, movies, and endless speculation. People desperately wanted to believe that someone survived that terrible night. It wasn't until 1991, after the Soviet Union collapsed, that investigators finally located the Romanov grave. DNA testing in the 2000s definitively proved that all 5 children, including Anastasia, died in that basement. Anna Anderson was an imposter. But here's what's haunting. The mystery of Anastasia reveals something profound about human nature. We need hope, even when facing the darkest truths. We want to believe in miraculous survival, in justice, in fairy tale endings. Sometimes, the stories we tell ourselves are more powerful than the truth itself.